What's going on, guys? It's Winter Soldier, and today I'm bringing you a guide on when to use Aspect of the Turtle. I know we said it's the healer's fault if you die, and that's still true, but sometimes you gotta take matters into your own hands, so today I'm going to tell you how to use Aspect of the Turtle like a pro. First up is Nathendria. Now, the only places you want to use Aspect of the Turtle here is if you've got Rot, and if you're stupid enough to get hit with Infested Breath. So the reason you use Aspect of the Turtle on Rot is because you can use it as placement management. You can put it down in really good spots, and it won't spread around the room, which will help out your raid members, who I'm assuming are also very stupid. So you see right there, I popped my Aspect of the Turtle, I jumped through a stack of Rot, I put it down on the ground, we're good to go. No spread rot everywhere. It leaves some extra room for people to get back to the wall. Next up is you're going to see me disengage. You guys probably already know this. You're all elites. But you can disengage to get out of Infested Breath. So you're going to see her turn at me because she wants my booty. And I'm going to disengage straight out of there. That combined with Post Haste, not only are you going to get out of the way of Infested Breath like this, boom, but you're also going to get back into DPS position even quicker. So less DPS lost because you're spending less time fucking running around. So those are the only three things. You're not going to see it in this video because I'm not stupid enough to get caught by Infested Breath. But if you are in a really bad position and you're about to get breathed on, just pop Aspect of the Turtle and everything will be okay. I should mention that these are all recorded in normal and heroic. It's a different story for Mythic. I'll make a different video for that because it'll increase your infested count. But just know, Aspect of the Turtle to control Rot and Infested Breath, and Disengage to get out of Infested Breath. Next up is Ursoc, and there's only one or two things you need to know about Ursoc. One is you can use Aspect of the Turtle to negate his charge and the damage he does when he slams into a player. So what you want to do is, I would save it towards the end of the fight. You're going to see me do it towards the beginning because this recording is for one of my earlier Ursoc kills. But when he turns and charges at somebody, you're going to want to pop Aspect of the Turtle. You're going to ignore that damage. He's going to slam into a player. You're going to ignore that damage. And you're going to help out your healers a ton. Like I said, I recommend doing this at the end. So you're going to see him focus gaze. Alright, I'm going to pop my Aspect of the Turtle a little bit early. He's going to hit me. I'm not going to take any damage. He's going to hit Urshifu. I'm not going to take any damage. I'm going to click off my Aspect of the Turtle, and I'm going to be good to go. Alright, that later on in the fight, when he's enraged, is going to save your healers a ton of mana if you can negate all of that. The only other thing to know is you can technically outrange his Roaring Cacophony if you want to be a jerk about it, but you won't take any damage from that either. You're supposed to be within 25 yards, though, because it's split amongst the raid. So, I mean, if you're feeling like a dick, you can completely outrange it. Next up is Dragons of Nightmare. There's not much to say about these guys. There's only one mechanic that you can really Aspect of the Turtle out of in normal and heroic, which is the purple shit that falls from the ground. And you might be thinking to yourself, yeah, but my healer's supposed to dispel the root so I can just walk out of that. Well, you know, this whole video is about not trusting your healers. So here you're going to see my healers don't dispel me, so I'm going to pop my Aspect of the Turtle. I'm not going to take any damage from that purple shit. I'm going to click off Aspect of the Turtle as soon as it's done, and I'm going to go about my business. That's really the only thing you would use your Aspect of the Turtle for in this fight, honestly. At least in normal and heroic. You can't use it while you're asleep. So if you're a retard like me and you get put to sleep, good luck. I mean, I did my duty, though. I was standing in the flower, right? Another neat thing to know about the Dragons of Nightmare, which I just discovered, you can completely outrange the two debuffs. I don't in this video, again, because these are like our first kills of each of them, but the debuff that they put on you only is like 35 or 40 yards, so with enough mastery, you can just completely outrange the debuff on both of these dragons. So in my later kills, I'll just stand in the middle and cleave both of them if I can, and it really helps out my damage a lot. And it helps the healers out a lot too, because I'm not taking that ticking debuff damage. So if you guys got enough mastery, you should try it on your next dragon's kill. Just stand like 50 yards back and laugh as you don't take any damage. And that's about it for dragons. Like I said, the only thing you can cheese with your turtle shell is the purple stuff. It'll help the healers out a lot. I'm going to speed through Illamathe here. There's not much to say. You can use your Aspect of the Turtle if you're spewing corruption, similar to Nathendra, where you can just stand in one place and drop all of your corruption right on the ground. And that's really about it. You can use Bursting Shot on the bloods if they're too far away from the eye and they're about to explode. So if they're thinking they're going to pull a quick one on you and prematurely explode, you can be like, surprise dickbag, and you can punch them right into the eye. That's kind of cool. You can aspect of the turtle out of that debuff when you're in the heart. That does a lot of damage. That'll help your healers out a lot. But nothing you can really like skip on this fight, unfortunately. So you can help out a lot though. That bursting shot is probably the only reason it's in the game, especially now that Death Knights don't have mass grip unless they are blood. So just run up to the premature ejaculators and hit them with your bursting shot, and you can help your raid out. So the next boss is Renferal for us, because I hate her, and I hate spiders, and I also hate birds. So Renferal has 3 things you can do. When you aspect of the turtle, if you have necrotic venom, see that green ring around my raid members, and see how they're spreading it around like a bunch of retards? Well, if you pop aspect of the turtle and just stand in place, you can drop all of yours in one area, which is really good, so they don't get spread out exactly like this, and then I have to run into a corner. The other cool thing is when she comes down from that big green ring, she drops a bunch of spiderlings. If you want to be 100 times pro best, you want to misdirect those onto your off tank. That'll get you a lot of props, because then they won't have to spend as much time running around. And the third thing you want to save your aspect of the turtle for is running across that bridge in case you run into a hurricane or something. Most people die running across this transition bridge. So if you don't have necrotic venom, you want to use it for crossing the bridge, because that's when most people take the damage. And one thing I learned recently is when they're in bird form and they cast Gathering Winds, this thing that continuously knocks you back, the closer you are to the bird's asshole, the less damage you take. So when they start casting Gathering Clouds, I think it is, or Gathering Storm, make sure you crawl up in there, and he'll keep you safe. And that's all there is to it. So use Aspect of the Turtle to manage poison, use it to get across the bridge, misdirect onto your tank. If you want to be pro, Gathering Clouds is what it's called. And so the poison really is the only thing you can cheese on this fight. And you'll see me pretty much use my Aspect of the Turtle every time I go to cross a bridge, because that's when most of the damage comes in. So next up is Cenarius, which he doesn't really have too much stuff for you to cheese. There's the Nightmare Brambles, which creep across the thing. You can Aspect of the Turtle to not only avoid the initial damage on that, but you can also clear patches. So later, a little bit, coming up in a couple seconds, you're going to see me pop my Aspect of the Turtle. I'm going to run across all the brambles, and I'm going to clear them for the rest of my raid. That way, the other idiots in my group can't step in them. And that goes for any class with a shield. And that's about it for Xavius, or Cenarius rather. You Aspect of the Turtle. When the drakes start pulsing and they start doing a shit ton of damage, you can Aspect of the Turtle to get out of that as well. But that's pretty standard mechanics. And finally is Xavius. I don't have film for him because for whatever reason I decided not to film it. But the only real thing you can cheese with Xavius is that big AoE he does. You can Aspect of the Turtle and take no damage. You'll still take the 40 corruption, but if you're low enough on corruption, which you should be if you're an intelligent player, you won't take that much damage, or that much corruption. So I hope this helps you guys when you're going into Emerald Nightmare. As always, like this video if you want to see more stuff like this. Leave some comments. I'm sure I'll get 1 or 2 of you guys who are like, why are you blaming the healers? Because nobody understands satire, but that's okay. Enjoy the no dubstep, and happy hunting, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I try my hardest to get back to them. And good luck in Emerald Nightmare. I'll hopefully be putting out some mythic guides coming shortly.